You too. God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying. All right, today we're gonna be taking our trading again, from a hobby, from something we interest in until something that is, a profession, right? So I'm gonna be talking about trading journals. What is it? How do we use it? Or why do we use it? And how do we use it? Okay. All right. So first of all, what is a trading journal? Right. We're gonna break that down. We're gonna break that down. So I looked at the definition of journal, and it definitely has multiple meanings, but they pretty much tie in together, right? So first one says a daily newspaper, next one a periodical dealing especially with matters of current interest, right? Another one, a record of experiences, ideas, or reflections kept regularly for private use, diary, a record of current transactions, an account of day-to-day events, a record of transactions kept by a deliberative or legislative body, right? So pretty much you are collecting information, right? So trading journal, you are collecting information about your personal trading. Now, what is the value to this? God is our foundation, right? One of my favorite verses, Habakkuk 2, chapter 2, verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain. One second, one second. All right, here we go. God says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it, right? Write the vision and make it plain. Your trading plan, that is a straightforward way that you are seeing what you need to see in the market, what you want to happen, so that way you can go with it, right? It should be so simple that, hey, you can give it to someone else and they can follow along and they can run with your exact trading plan, right? Another verse. Let's keep it going, right? This one, Lamentations 3, verse 40. It says, let us search and try our ways and turn again to the Lord, right? Let's examine ourselves. Let us see what is working, what's not working, and keep on to these things that are good and remove from us those things that are not good and turn again to the Lord, right? So, in essence, this is the value of a trading plan. This is the value of writing things down, making it plain so you know exactly what's working, what's not working, what you need to keep doing, what you need to not do, and how to just continue to stay focused on what is keeping you proficient in your craft. Okay. All right. Go, go, go. So following that, we want to go right on back into the definition of it. Right. So trading plan specifically to trading. It informs me, you, whoever the trader is, of their trading planning system, right? As a kid, we would write things over and over. Even as an adult, to help us remember things, we would write things down. So when it's plain in your face, you got it, right? Along with that, keeping track of your reflective journey, right? Your emotions, your reactions throughout the process before, during, and after your trading, right? So why do we need this, right? First and foremost, without it, we won't know what's going on, what's working, what's not working. We don't have any basis. We don't have any basis, a baseline to say, you know, this is the point that we're at right now, and either we're falling below our goal or exceeding our goal, right? Let's say sports, right? Everybody has these stats, right? All the soccer players, the football players, everybody has stats, so that way they can see what's working, right? The basketball players, they have their areas where they know they hit the most high percentage shots from. They know, they're a catch and shoot player, so on and so forth, right? And let's just break it down to the family perspective, right? You know that, hey, if you get your wife a snack and something to drink, hey, she gonna be relaxed. Y'all can have that conversation, and your day gonna be well, right? Or as a teacher, if your students have had too much sugar, they probably not gonna be paying attention. So now when it comes to trading, again, why is this so important? We know, like, hey, if we done had a bad day at work, or if we done had a bad day, X, Y, and Z, we seen and we written down or kept document of, you know, when we done had a bad day, we also reflect that in the markets, and we end up ultimately having bad trades, right? Or let's say, we notice that, hey, when we don't get enough sleep, we're usually sluggish in the market and not paying attention, not focused, right? But we know that, hey, when we have our cup of coffee, we usually focus, locked in, and we're trading at our optimal level. So all these things we keep in document, we keeping, an account for all this stuff, right? Because ultimately, this is not a game, right? Any business, Walmart, Best Buy, anybody, they know that, hey, our best time of the season is Christmas. We get the most customers then. Let us have more supplies ready, right? Or those products that are eye level, they usually get bought the most. Or those candies and snacks, they get more they get bought more often next to the registers, right? They document all this stuff. The products at the bottom, at the top, they don't get looked at as much. All this stuff helps us to be the best at what we do. How do we use it, right? We it's so many ways that you can document stuff, right? You can document stuff on your phone, right? It's not something that I do, but certain people do that, right? Then we have the normal approach. We got normal approach, right? Which is simply putting stuff down in our notebook, right? Now, that's not something that I typically do, right? Because sometimes I'm in the house trading with the lights off, right? So writing down things won't be the best for me. Okay. Some people use Microsoft Word documents. Some people use Microsoft Excel, right? Also fine and dandy. But what I like the most, and what I actually use is Google Sheets, right? Okay, before that, I'll say Google Documents. Like you can have a document like this, Google Documents. You go to Google, type in Google Docs, and you know, you be right on successful on applying this right now to be able to create your own document. All you gotta have is a Google account, blank document. There you go. You can keep a record of everything you're doing for the week, for the month, so on and so forth, right? Same thing, same thing. Google, sorry about that. Google Excel, which is what I personally use in my login. And the beauty about the Google Documents and Google Sheets is that I personally believe you can use this anywhere, right? You got a laptop, log in. You're at work, you can also log into to this. If this is a site that that is able to be utilized via your work computer, right? Blank document, and you can log everything that you need before your trades, during your trades, while in the trades, and after trades. And I'm not sure if I already covered, but yeah, like definitely can always use a notebook, if that works for you. But I'm I'm using Google Sheets. I'm using Google Sheets. And yeah, I mean, yeah, you just write down everything that you need to keep yourself accountable, to keep yourself um maintaining your level of trading proficiency. And yeah, man. Well, yeah, I mean, this is just the overall the significance of trading journal. So again, just to recap, benefits of trading journal. Uh, it just far outweighs, not documenting everything, not seeing what works and what doesn't work. And I mean, this is the way again. Everybody who is successful at their business, they're keeping track of what they do, what they don't do, what works, what doesn't work. Best seasons not so good, right? Because every day, is not the best. But we can only control what we can control. So, long story short, yeah, keep records. Change and keep records of what works, what doesn't work, and it helps you to hone in again on those things that works, remove those things that don't work, and make you the best trader that you can be. So, thank y'all for listening to this video. y'all got some value from it. And I hope y'all, actually run with this information that we got so that way you can also um, be no longer trading as a hobby, but more so as a profession. Thank you.